Attention to your job at all. Christiana Marcos, she's the model for our fall preview.
Okay, what's the problem, Maxie?
Apparently she just threw a water bottle at her dresser.
Well, she's probably hungry. Have someone give her a cheeseburger. She'll be fine.
Really? That is your solution? Do you know anything about artists or how they work?
Christiana Marcos is not an artist. She is an underfed, spoiled, rotten model who should get down on her knees and thank God every day she's getting paid a flippin' fortune to have her stupid picture taken in overpriced clothes and get over herself.
I can't believe I'm stuck in this office with you. Let me see that call sheet. See if it's right. Is right.
Greetings, blonde ones. I see my favorite friends are functioning as a well-oiled, lovely, two-headed machine. You look especially bright today. Might the Jack assume you've suffered no ill effects from the night we spent together?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Hey! Hi, Troops. Hi. Hey, what have you done?
Done?
I don't know. I don't know if it's your hair or did you do something different with your hair, your shirt? I like it. It's kind of hot. Don't you think?
I've been in Port Charles a lot longer than you have. I've studied the dynamics of the Corinthos organization. I was part of it for a while. My advice comes from the direct knowledge of how these people work. You have to move against them now before Jason has time to consolidate his position.
If we do what you suggest, we have to be ready to absorb Corinthos property immediately. I'm not sure we're ready. Maybe in a few weeks.
Oh, it's going to be too late by then, Tony. Look, I say we hit now before Jason has an opportunity to mount an effective defense.
John, you're awful quiet. Weigh in here. When do we hit Morgan?
We don't.
I'm sorry, we really need to backtrack. Did I hear you say you spent the night with Maxie?
Oh, it must suck being you. Every single guy you think of as your own personal property eventually finds their way to little me.
One question, Spinelli, why?
Maximista was kind enough to tend to the jackal at her place of residence after Mr. Corinthos slammed my head there into that structure.
He attacked you? Sonny is a barbarian. Of course, Spinelli didn't have time to react, much less defend himself. Not that he could.
No, look, apparently Spinelli gave some unasked for advice to Sonny about Morgan.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh, so you're condoning what Sonny did?
No, I am just saying, obviously after what happened to Michael, Sonny's kids are a hot button right now, so... Especially if Spinelli, however unintentionally, is implying that Sonny's not good for his kids or something.
That doesn't excuse the fact that Sonny rammed Spinelli's head into a wall.
Your modesty is confusing your friends. I have no doubt that you could have obviously defended yourself, but out of pure obligation to Sonny, you stayed quiet because of his grief.
Exactly.
Right?
The jackal deeply respects the pain of others.
No. That's not how it happened at all. Sonny attacked and Spinelli was paralyzed.
Jason has been Sonny's enforcer for years. Do you really think that he is not prepared for us? That he doesn't already have a retaliation plan in place? Sonny and Jason have not controlled this territory for as long as they have by being stupid and unprepared.
My son makes a good point. How do you suggest we handle it?
Well, there are troops in place. Jason will honor it. He knows that war is bad for business. I say that we honor it too. By the time that we need to move our resources into Port Charles, then we reevaluate.
I see. I'm sorry, with all due respect. I think you're thinking with your heart, not your head.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, Anthony, come on. He's involved with Lulu Spencer, and Lulu Spencer has very close ties to both Sonny and Jason. I think she might get a little angry with John if Jason was to turn up dead. It's definitely a relationship killer, isn't it? Look, your son's love life notwithstanding, the decisions that need to be made here are what's best for business, and that is abundantly clear. We hit Jason now, while he's vulnerable.
Spinelli is so naturally sweet, it's easy to miss the tough guy underneath. I mean, he can totally handle himself. I've seen him in action. Remember when we were being chased by Alcazar's thugs, and it was me, you, and Jason, and, well, whatever. Anyways, he was nothing short of incredible.
Hey, you don't have to convince me that Spinelli rocks. His cyber skills are, like, life-changing. I know exactly why Jason keeps him on the payroll. Who cares if Spinelli is useless in a fight? I mean, that's what they keep Jason around for anyway, to do all the dangerous stuff.
True.
The Jackal continues to learn from the master. Self-defense sessions are not out of the question.
Yeah, well, as long as Jason doesn't let you anywhere near his gun. Remember last summer you shot yourself in the foot? Nobody wants that situation again.
You seem a little too anxious about going after Jason. It gives me pause.
Look, I just know how rare this opportunity is. Jason's not a natural leader, Anthony. He's a follower, all right? That's why his moments in the proverbial sun never last very long. Eventually, he always turns the reins right back over to Sonny. So we need to take Jason down, dismantle the organization, so that Sonny doesn't have anything to come back to.
I agree with you. Over-anxious is a perfect way to describe it. Rick's hoping that he's going to force you into a decision before you realize why he's pushing so hard. Your new attorney's got an agenda of his own. Rick hates Jason for being more of a brother to Sonny than he'll ever be. Reason number one. Reason number two, Rick hates Jason for hooking up with Elizabeth Weber, Rick's ex-wife. Don't let Rick push you into acting out his own motives for revenge.
Printing house rejected our PC account.
Oh, yeah, probably because you forgot to send them a check last month. Maybe too busy chasing Johnny. Don't worry, I took care of it. We're going to have a new account within the hour.
Did you tell Kate?
No, I saved your sorry butt, but don't for 1 second think that I'll be making that a habit.
Thank you. You must be getting pretty desperate, by the way.
Meaning, did you buy more?
3-hole punch. Yes, I stocked up this morning.
Perfect. Why am I desperate?
Here's case schedule for the week. Why else would you drag poor unsuspecting Spinelli to your house and trap him in your disgusting bed overnight? You're afraid that he's seeing you for the manipulative slut that you are, so you're using sex, the one thing that you are good at.
Thanks, the schedule looks good. And I'm calling sour grapes. I think you're a jealous loser because you can't stand that Spinelli and I are closer than the two of you ever were. You must be here for Kate.
Oh, I'll let her know.
She's expecting me. I called her.
Oh.
How did you come into this information about Rick? Like that ex-wife of his being involved with Jason?
I have my sources.
Yeah, which happen to be Lulu Spencer, who doesn't know what she's talking about.
See, I think she does. Oh, by the way, Elizabeth Weber was also married to Lou's
Okay,
brother.
while we are going on about Elizabeth's love life, the window of opportunity is closing here. Now, we need to hit Jason hard. We need...
That was a pretty smooth evasion. Why did you want to talk about your ex-wife?
Because Elizabeth Spencer has absolutely no relevance to this conversation, Troy.
Well, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Is this Elizabeth someone we can use against Jason? Maybe we should...
You have to be the most selfish creature on the face of the planet.
Who's talking?
You want to be the center of Spinelli's universe? Hand me that letter. And have your big bad mobster romance at the same time? Let's experiment. Try not to think about yourself for 1 second. I know it's probably impossible, but think about Spinelli.
I need Gretchen's fax number.
You know, you should really try putting this in your Rolodex. Why should Spinelli have to sit on the sidelines and watch while you make a fool of yourself for Johnny when everyone knows that whatever you think you have with him clearly is doomed? Where are the messengers with those mock-ups?
Stuck in traffic on his way. You know what? I'll give you some credit. You are an expert on a lot of things.
Thank you.
Like crying on cue, rolling over on your back. Let's not forget sucking up to Kate. But you know absolutely zero about me and Johnny. In fact, you know nothing about relationships at all.
I'll tell you one thing I do know for sure. Now that Johnny's already had you, shouldn't be too hard to get him to break up with you.
There was a time when Elizabeth might have served as leverage against Jason. When we thought that she'd had his child. But the baby turned out to be Lucky's, who happens to be a detective, and I don't really think we need to bring the police in on this, especially when it's easily avoidable.
Which is exactly why we need to keep the truce in place for now. Why poke sticks at Jason Morgan when we can lie low, rake in our money, and build a solid foundation for the future? You want my opinion, you got it. Do what you want with it.
Johnny's got a point. Look, Tony, I'm not in love with Jason Morgan, but these are precarious times. We can always take him out later.
You know, as usual, you say apple, I say orange, nothing ever changes. I'm sure you're going to side with either your son or my father, but I abide by whatever your decision is.
Yeah, hold on. What makes you think Trevor or Johnny speaks for me?
What is your bizarre obsession over the men in my life? You trashed my brother, you seduced Logan, God knows what you did with Spinelli, and now you're hoping that Johnny will break up with me. Who's next, my dad?
Oh, I'm not against dating an older man.
You are revolting, and I swear to God, Maxie, if you go anywhere near my father, I will break you.
No, that could be interesting. I'd do it just to hear you call me stepmom. On the other hand, I could just take Johnny away from you.
You're delusional.
You think? Hold that thought. Johnny! Hi, it's Maxie. I'm good, how are you? I'm, at the office. I needed to settle something with you. Do you think you could come over here right now? Great. I'll see you soon. Bye.
How can you...
I'm so glad you got here so fast. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't realize Maxie had so much influence over you.
I was hoping you would be here, and you are. I don't have any complaints. What can I do for you?
Pay up. Remember when I covered for Lulu the day she blew off work just because you asked me to?
I remember.
Well, you said you'd owe me, and I'm ready to collect.
Sure, whatever you want.
I'm so glad you said that. Now, I can't wait to go to Federico's party in Manhattan next Friday with you on my arm.